Hey folks, it's I think it's about 4:30 a.m. I haven't been able to sleep at all last tonight. Not that I've really been trying, I guess you could say. Um, Slept for a little bit, but some things have happened. It's day 97 Nofap, and that means it's day 84 of no PMO, aka hard mode. Kind of sliding on the floor here, but um, sitting on my futon bed. But anywho, trying to stabilize myself. There we are. I think so. Hopefully. Um, but So, classes ended. I've gotten back all my grades except for one of them, which I'm waiting for. That one is one of the retakes. Um, so far, obviously, I haven't gotten any A's, but I have not failed the courses I was taking. I'm waiting for that final grade, but I got a B minus in my Intro to Biochemical Engineering class, which is the class that I was doing the worst in, and I was only expecting a C minus at best. Like I was gonna basically pass the class, and I got a B minus in that. I got a C plus in my OChem 2 class, which is high enough for me. I needed to have a C or higher so I could go into the biochem class. And that's the only reason I was retaking it, was to get the C plus as opposed to a C minus, or well, to get a C or higher basically. And I got a straight C in my Intro to Transport Phenomena class. Didn't do so hot in the final, but at least it wasn't low enough that I failed. I passed it, so that was one of the retakes, and I'm waiting for the other retake grade. Um, I went into that with like a C or a C plus, and I felt like the final wasn't that bad, but we'll see how things turn out. Bare minimum, obviously, I want to get bare minimum C minus, aka passing. Um, but other than those things, and just reading and trying to relax a bit. I can't relax as much because my mom's in the hospital again, and irony is so much does connect to my straight edge lifestyle, because she's like in many ways the exact opposite of that. She, for all intents and purposes, she had a heart attack, and she has a pacemaker, luckily, and that thing went off, I guess, 3 times in a row, and it it saved her life. Let's just put it that way. She hadn't had the pacemaker, she would have been dead. There's no doubt about it, because even if my dad and sister did CPR on her and they called the 911, the guys wouldn't have been able to get there in time. So luckily she had a pacemaker, put in the last time when she had her heart attack back in 2011, I believe it was, and she had that implanted, and it's been working ever since. So she's still alive. She's in the hospital, but all this stuff is, you look at her medical history, you look at even this event, it's all tied back to her alcoholism, and I was wanting to spend the break up here, be completely free of all the entanglements with my family and just issues, and feeling like I would have left the battlefield, so to speak, when the fight's still going on and things of that nature, being basically dropped back into the drama and the toxicity of my family's dynamics, so to speak, all those relationships, so to speak. But I'll go down there maybe for a couple weeks at least, just a couple weeks or so. Um, Long enough to at least see her, assuming that she's well enough, and to take care of a couple of things. And I'm dead set on coming back. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I really don't care. If I gotta pay the cost of another bus ticket up here, fine, I'll do that. I really don't want to stay down there for all that time, because it's always been this sort of deal with going back home there. It's it's a place where stagnation occurs, where regression happens, in terms of life, and it's back to the same old role that I was expected to play for years, that just really, like, affected my progress in life in a negative sense. And I'm, so anyways, I'm done with it. I'm tired of it, but at the same time, like with my mom having a heart attack now and ending in the hospital, I had to at least go and see her, and try to provide some moral support, I guess. The irony being that if you do that and you try to fulfill the role of a good man, it's oftentimes that you're expected to sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice, and in the end, you'll never be recognized for it. You'll end up in an early grave and the painful death, and people might write eulogies about you afterwards, but typically it'll be centered around how much they are suffering from not having you there to do things for them. But I'm going to have to stick to my guns when it comes to, getting back up here. I know that, like, when I stayed over there during the summer, I put on about 10 or 12 pounds because of stress eating. And that was always the case when I was down there. I'd have to run, just to burn off the calories that I had consumed from overeating from stress eating. And it was just always this sort of like, it's just such frustrating things. You look at yourself in the mirror, whether you're fat, skinny, fat, whatever, you want to get to some ideal physique, and there's always something there that's holding you back, getting in your way. And it's like you get to the point where you're just tired of always having the setback, always, never being able to get to that point. Just like with my, engineering course, or just like with, my relationship with the girlfriend, or women in general, things of that nature, just wanting to finally get all those obstacles out of my way and succeed. And, I know the way I'm talking is really selfish and self-centered in many ways, but if I were to explain a few facts about my mother and my relationship with her, it might make things seem a little bit, clearer and more justified. She's been an alcoholic for years, and she's, abused, verbally and emotionally abused myself, my sister, my father. I think she actually physically abused my sister, and I believe my father a couple of times here and there over the years. Things got really that bad, and through it all, we stuck with her. My dad stuck with her. We all tried to help her through things. We tried to talk to her, convince her, give up the alcohol. It's not doing any good. It's causing all these problems. You either choose the alcohol or you choose, your health and us and, things of that nature. And every single time, it was either a really, really flimsy promise from her that, I'm going to give this up, I'm going to change. Or it was just a flat out, I choose the alcohol, I choose the wine. The wine's my friend, and I choose that over you guys. And you get to a point where you basically just end up giving up on the other person because they've given up on you. My mom even called me a lost cause at one point, which was, I feel her projecting her, state onto me. Me choosing the straight edge lifestyle, me, being so committed to waiting until marriage, me being so committed to my faith, my code as an Eagle Scout that I, swore to uphold, my path in life, my desire to marry a woman of the caliber and nature and background that I've, wanted to, things of that nature. It's like, so much of it in many ways grew out of a reaction to her, and I just have problems with her, and I have problems with the relationship with her, and I've seen how it's reverberated onto my relationship with women in general, female approval-seeking behavior, seeking after women who, by their very nature, are not going to want me because they don't want a guy who's not going to call them names, a guy who's been raised to have far more self-control than your average guy, so on and so forth, they like the bad guys, the bad boys, and, I don't know. I just feel like if I go down there, my freedom's just gonna be completely gone, and it's this whole sort of thing of my dad thinking he can. 1 second. Oh, there you go. Get rid of that chat head. Thinking he can throw me under the bus and then run off to see his relatives on the other side of the world, and I'll be stuck here for 2 weeks, and I'll be like, just completely restricted, and my freedom taken away from me, and I'll be shamed and threatened, if I say I don't want to put up with this, I'm going back to San Jose or San Francisco, or I'm going back to, wherever, Chicago or Tallahassee or wherever I'm living at the time, I just wanted to be on my own, it really doesn't, matter to them because I'm just a utility. That's the whole, it's like that trad con worldview. You're just a utility as a man, You're only worth your work. You're only worth what they can get out of you. And if they can't get anything out of you because you're resistant, you're just incapable, you're nothing to them. They'll move on. They'll drop you, And I've gotten criticized for all sorts of things from my family. If I don't want to shave, I get criticized about that. If I want to wear a gray shirt, not a red shirt, I'll get criticized about that. I can't even pray over there because my room got taken away from me, and there's no real place to pray. I'll be oppressed for that. For the sake of my faith, I'll be oppressed for all these sorts of things, and I don't want to be down there. I want to be up here, where I can feel like I'm a young guy and I'm free and I'm independent and I'm living my own life and I got my own routine, and I can go and pursue things as I wish. And it's like all these problems that other people have caused, they don't want to deal with the consequences, so they expect me to bite the bullet for them. Same thing with the way my mother and sister treat my dad. It's all this stuff with their drinking problem or their smoking problem or their opioid or whatever, painkiller problem, whatever the case may be. Their poor choices with, regards to their health. And he's expected, or I'm expected, to basically bite the bullet for them, and our happiness, our fulfillment, or whatever we want to do it's a moot point to them. It doesn't really matter. And I'm really tired of it, but I'm gonna try to keep it down to like a week or two down there, and have it set at that. I'm not staying for the entire break. I can't do that. I can't do that. It's just, I want to live another life. I want to live in another world. I want to have a different path. Independent of all this sort of stuff. And these problems that are happening right now, it's all because somebody didn't want to take responsibility for their life. They didn't want to make the right decision. They didn't want to learn to cope with existence. And you look at this as a Nofap channel. I know I'm still working on myself. I'm a work in progress. I can't claim to be completed already. But I've made all these efforts to work on myself. For me, PMO was kind of like my alcohol. It was my, my drug of choice, so to speak. And I've broken away from it. I've made those efforts to get free of it. And it's, like I said, it's like it's day 97, no FAP, day 84, no PMO. Easy mode, hard mode. I'm on that. And I've gone longer streaks than that before my last streak. Well, my last streak was one that was longer than this. 194 days of hard mode or no PMO, and 224 days of no FAP. And it's like, if I can make that effort at starting off at like around 27, 28, getting to where I'm at now, why can't somebody else do the same thing? But they don't want to try because they expect there's always going to be some good man, some nice guy, some beta male provider type who's going to always be there to catch them when they fall and to clean up their life for them. After all the bad boys and alpha males, or faux alphas, fake alphas, have run off, disappeared on them, and left them in the dust. And I don't want to be one of those guys. I've had this mindset cultivated in me of being the Captain Save-A-Ho, and I want to put my needs and happiness first, but I guess that makes you a jerk. I guess that makes you a jagoff. I really don't know, but things that are for the most part looking up. Got away on that last grade, and I just I needed to be C- or higher. That's it. I went to the final with the C plus, and the final wasn't that bad. I had the solutions for one of the problems written down that was almost exactly like that solution, so I was able to go off of that. She allowed that. Excuse me, but waiting on that, and yeah, so probably will read it a bit. I want to go running. In the morning, in like a few hours, and then probably I'm taking a shower and just getting things cleaned up and getting things organized and whatnot. And I hate the whole demand that's being put on me to just drop everything and run off. Because I got so many things that are disordered and disarray, and I don't want to see doing this stuff. Like, I don't know if you can see over here. Those are all recyclables from the last 2 semesters. I want to take those down to the recycling center and turn them in for some cash and clear up all that space. I want to get a proper garbage can. I want to get my room set up properly, and get some more stuffing for my futon. I have all these things, but, priorities being priorities, I mean, I'm okay with going down to there and seeing my mother for a week or two because she's in the hospital, but I don't want to be stuck down there, and in many ways I've gotten to the point where admittedly I have kind of given up on my mom, and that's really messed up to say, but at the same time we've tried and tried and tried, and it's like it has to come to shove, something's got to give, and then maybe that'll force her to change, but I don't know the likelihood of it. I want her to change. I want her to be around and be happy and have a good relationship with myself and my sister and my father, and be able to be there you know, to see me get married, and, to see her grandkids, But the choice is ultimately hers, So anywho, see you folks around. That's just my update. Talk to you folks later. Bye.